What's up guys, this is TampaTec and this is the G900 Pro. So I have it all wired and connected. I'm going to show you some of the features and then I'm going to show you how I installed it. I recorded daytime footage and also nighttime footage. As you can see on the bottom left hand corner, you see the GPS location, miles per hour, time and date, and the model. The front camera is recording in 4K resolution and the backup camera is recording in 2.4K resolution. I'm editing and produced this video in 1080p though. Here's some footage around sunset. As you can see, it has real-time data for your GPS location and speed, which is great in case you get a ticket. You have something to go to court with as evidence. And as you can see, it still looks sharp. I'm going to zoom in on front and back right here. Here's the front camera in full screen. You can see the numbers on the sign, also the letters on the signs. Let's go full screen on the backup camera now. And here's the rear camera in full screen. And here's the front and rear camera recording together. And the front camera, of course, is in full screen. And nighttime footage looks nice and crisp. And I love the wide angle lens on the rear camera and the front camera. It captures the whole width of the road, which is great. The G900 Pro really does have all the great features a great dash cam would have. Great night vision, really great resolution, and wide angle lens. Don't take my word for it, see for yourself. Now I'm going to show you the rear camera in full screen. Now keep in mind, there's no headlights back there, so it's going to be darker. Now even though it is darker, you can still see all the colors of the cars and you can see the details of the cars. And I'm going to compare this footage to the G900. Now the G900, I have to use software on my PC, as you can see right here. But the G900 does have software you could download on your PC and you can view everything just like this. And this is the G900. The nighttime footage looks pretty good. And I think overall though, the G900 Pro does look a little bit better than the G900 here. On the G900 Pro, I do like the Wolfbox app. It's a little bit better and more intuitive than the software version on my PC. Once you download the footage onto your phone using the app, then that gives you the ability to see all your GPS information like miles per hour, GPS location, and altitude. And as you can see, it's tracking in real time your GPS location, altitude, and speed. If you ever get a ticket, this is great evidence to bring to court. And not only that it's great evidence, it's easy to carry your phone with you, so it's very convenient. All right, let's see what's in the box and then the install. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. This is the extended backup camera cable. Here's the power fuse kit. All right, so in this G900 Pro, the front camera is 4K resolution. The backup camera is 2.5K resolution. It does have super night vision, so you can see clearly at night. It's voice controlled. It has built-in Wi-Fi, so you can send all your data to your phone using the Wolfbox app. It has GPS to record your speed and your location. And the screen is a 12-inch touchscreen. All right, let's take a look inside. Very nicely packaged. This is the Wolfbox 900 Pro, one of the best dash cam systems out on the market. The power input is 5 volt, 3 amp max. Peel this off. Reset pinhole. Type-C power. AV for the backup camera. It looks like there's a micro SD card already in there. Oh, wow. Very generous, 128 gigabytes Wolfbox branded micro SD card. So there's no need to go out and buy a micro SD card. Very nice, very generous. Thank you, Wolfbox. Right here, this is where you plug in your GPS antenna. You just clamp it onto your existing rear view mirror. Very easy installation. Let's go ahead and compare it to the G900. The G900 has also a 5 volt, 3 amp power input, which is also a Type-C. Also has an AV input for the backup camera. Also has a micro SD card it records to. This one's a 64 gig. It also has the input for the GPS antenna. The Wolfbox 900 Pro is a little bit thicker, pretty much the same size screen. You can rotate the camera. You can do the same thing on this one as well. There's a built-in speaker. And this one also has a built-in speaker. There's a microphone right here and here, and a button to turn on and off the screen. This one also has a button to turn on and off the screen, and a microphone. So it does come with a power adapter. So if you don't want to use the fuse kit, you don't have to, but it's highly recommended so it stays on. It comes with the pry tool so you can run the wires easy. It comes with different size rubber straps depending on your rear view mirror, microfiber cloth, GPS antenna, cable clips, camera mount. Right here is the backup camera. This connects to the rear view mirror dash cam. This right here connects to your reverse lights in the back of your car. Here's the connection. If you want to connect that extended cable, that would connect right here. It does come with some 3M adhesive tape too as well. Here's the fuse kit. Right here, you plug, this is the power connection to the dash cam. Here are the connections to the fuse wires. And if you swipe this way, it gives you split screen. Swipe again, that's the forward-facing camera. Right now it's recording in 4K in the front and then 2.5K in the back. You could change that resolution by going into settings right here. So click on resolution and you can change it right here. So that's the best is 4K of course, but I'm going to put it on 2.5K for the front and 2.5K for the rear. Right here is my display modes. I'm going to set my default to rear. It has loop recording. I set mine to 1 minute, so it's easy to find that footage and easy to transfer the footage. The G sensor I set to low. Fatigue reminder turned off. Wi-Fi. You can only when you turn on the Wi-Fi, then you connect to the app, and then you're able to transfer the data. You can have the screensaver turn on and off. I have mine turned off, set to 30 seconds. You can adjust the screen brightness. Here's your voice commands right here. I have it set to turn on. Parking mode, I'm going to set to G trigger recording so it doesn't drain my battery. And speed stamp, I want to have that on so it records that as well. And I have mine set to miles per hour. Here's different languages right here. Dutch, Italian, Turkish too, wow. Once you connect the GPS antenna, it automatically syncs the time and date. You just need to set the time zone. Mine's set to New York. I'm on the eastern side. And you can also set the format reminder. I'm going to set mine to 25 days. So if you have any kind of recording issues, format your SD card and it should fix that issue. So that lets me know right now that it's recording. This is time date stamped. Right here's my voice commands. Turn off audio. And turned off the microphone. Turn on audio. See, that turned on. Turn off screen. Turn on screen. Let's see what other commands we have. Show front camera. Show rear camera. Turn on Wi-Fi. So now you connect the app, but of course you have to download the Wolfbox app. Once you download the Wolfbox app, then you can connect, go into your Wi-Fi settings on your phone and put in this password. So this right now is screensaver mode, so you can utilize this as a regular rear view mirror, as you can see. But this is what I see looking back in my rear view mirror. Not a lot, right? I'm very limited, but if you tap the screen right here, look at that. I can see everything. It's a great safety feature. If you want to turn off the display, just press this button. it still records the front and the back at the same time. Just tap to turn it on. It has 2 microphones, so it does record inside your cabin. And right here, you can take a snapshot. You can lock that footage in a secured folder. Also, if you get in an accident, that footage gets locked into a secured folder so it doesn't get overwritten. Click on playback right here. Well, let's go ahead and stop the recording. Click on playback. You can see the front and the back. If you want to see the back, tap on the back of the car right here. And then if you click on right here, this is your secured folder. Now we're going to install the Wolfbox G900 Pro. It does come with 2 different size straps, so if you have a really big rear view mirror, use the large straps. If you have a small rear view mirror, use the small straps. So I'm going to go ahead and use the large straps. You just strap it on just like that. Clamp it on. To make sure the camera is resting on the left side of the rear view mirror, just like that. Make sure you peel off the film too. Now there's 2 different ways to power this unit. You can power it using the power adapter that's provided by Wolfbox. Simply plug it into your cigarette lighter port and it'll power the unit when you turn on the car. However, if your cigarette lighter port turns off when the car's turned off and you want the dash cam to monitor your car while it's in a parking lot or in your driveway with the car turned off, then I suggest getting the fuse kit. One way to find out, simply plug in the power adapter. And we're going to plug it in right now and find out if my cigarette lighter port turns on when the car's off. So it looks like the unit's not turning on. It only turns on when the car's on. Let's see. Yeah. So in my case, I do need a fuse kit if I want to monitor my car while the car is parked and turned off. So you also want to power up the unit, making sure that it does work properly before installing. And if for any reason it's not working, what you can do is unscrew the tip right here, black plastic part, and then you can remove the fuse, check it, or replace it. Clean the surface. Peel off the film on the GPS, and then mount the antenna right about here. Now it does come with a pry tool, and you want to stick it right here and then kind of like get behind it, and let me show you. There we go. You can just pop that out. Alright, it doesn't come all the way off, but you see the airbag right here? You want to run the cable behind it. So just run that cable behind the airbag. Tuck the rest in. The GPS antenna cable is the easiest one to run. Now this part is completely optional. If you want to connect the power adapter to the cigarette lighter port, that would power the unit when the car's on. But if you want to utilize that parking monitoring, then I suggest getting the fuse kit cable. Connect to the ground. Once you have the black wire connected to a ground screw, like shown here, then go ahead and run the cable to the GPS unit. I'm using the pry tool to help me guide the wire behind the weather strip. And then of course you want to run the cable behind the airbag. Here we go. Yellow and red wire from the black wire. Just peel it off and make sure the black wire is not broken. Just slowly peel it off so they're separated. And now we're able to connect the fuse kit. Using my phone in selfie mode, and so I'm able to see where the fuse box is located. Here. And on the cover it should tell me where to plug into. If your car fuse box cover does not have a fuse diagram, I suggest going to startmycar.com. So I pulled out my fuse. Right here I got 15 amp fuse. These are mini. And so I'm gonna see which cable I need. So this one's too big. And this one might be it right here. There we go. Now I'm going to plug in the other one here. Cable, which is red, that plugs into adaptive cruise control. And then the battery, which is yellow, and that would plug in the always constant on. I have everything plugged in right here. As you can see, the wire is all twisted up and connected right here and here. And we're just going to tuck it in there. Now we're going to install the backup camera. Installing the backup camera is a little bit tricky, but I highly suggest getting the extension kit. And the reason why is because if your cable is too short, then you're screwed. If you have a sedan, run the cable to the back of your car on the lower end. If you have a SUV or a hatchback, then run the cable for your backup camera on the upper part. And then once again, we're going to run the cable behind the airbag. There we go. Now pop this off, just like that. And so we're going to run the cable right here in the seams, and then tuck it back here. If you see an airbag back there, make sure you put it behind the airbag. If you have one of these devices that you see like right here, then you have to be careful, because when you open this up, just like that, it'll fall down, and then you have to align it back up. As you can see right here, see how I'm like sliding it up? You want to make sure that's above that white trigger. And then make sure that pin lock hole right there, inside there, is clear from any cables before you lock it in. So I tuck the cable up here in the roof lining, and then I'm gonna have it run right here. And then right here on the back part, you can use the tool they provide to wedge just a gap right there, and then run that cable in. There we go. And this is the hard part right here, is running the cable through that conduit. But we're gonna do it somehow. There we go. Oh, that's not good. There we go. That's right here. Oh, I lost it. It's right here, I think. I feel it right. It's right here. This time I'm going to work a little bit smarter, not harder. There we go. Straighten it out. There we go. There we go. And then we're just gonna wind it around. So there we go. Just have a little bit of oil on the inside of the cap, and wipe my finger on it, and just run it just like that. There. Oh yeah, way easier. that time around. Highly recommend synthetic oil. There we go. On that, so it gives it some space for it to move around in there. There we go. And I like to give it a little loop right here. Give it some space. There we go. There. Pull the little tab so it's easy to remove. And we're gonna run through. There we go. Got it. Oh, make sure the red wire does not go all the way through. Now I'm going to show you why I don't like these clamp-on bridge connections. They really aren't reliable, unlike soldering. Alright, we're going to test it out. Just plug in the backup camera now. And let's go ahead and test it out. Looks like the backup camera is working. And when we put the car in reverse, put the foot on the brake, and it doesn't trigger. Now, if you don't want any connection issues connecting to the reverse light, I suggest soldering. Strip out a little bit, just like that. Now grab that small plastic bag with the 3M tape and install the backup camera. Make sure you peel off the film on the camera lens. Now using a metal drill bit, you want to grab a drill bit that's slightly bigger than the backup camera connection and then drill up into the plastic. Behind the plastic could be some metal, and then run that connection through that hole and make sure you leave a drip loop behind. And then grab your fish tape, create a little hook so you can hook the wire and pull it through. After you grab the backup camera connection, go ahead and line up the arrows and plug that backup camera connection to the extension connection. Wind it up, push it back in, and make sure that connection's facing toward the access door. Now if you install it the way I did, it's easy to swap over units. Test it out, turn on the car. So far so good. Now if you put the car in reverse, those reverse lines should show up, and that's because we connected that red wire to the reverse light. You can also pan the camera to go up and down, and you can even adjust the guide lines. You just hit this button right here. If this video was informative, give me a big thumbs up. If you know anyone that might be interested in the Wolfbox G900 Pro, go ahead and click on the share button below, share this video to them, help someone out. If you're interested in the Wolfbox G900 Pro for yourself, check out the links in the video description below.